Hello, it is Sunday evening. I am getting my clothes ready for the week for the gym for 4 a.m. workouts, and I'm going to take you through a week of workouts and a week-ish of meals. I'm not going to share with you all my meals. I'll go into details with that here in a little bit, but like I said, it's Sunday night. I'm getting all my prep work done. What I like to do, and I should have shared this with you, but I think I have in a video before, is just get all my laundry set for the day, get out all my workout clothes for the week, set them out, and then put them in my closet so I can just pull a pile of clothes every single day, and then I'm good to go. So got everything set for tomorrow. I'll see you bright and early because we're going to the gym tomorrow at 4 a.m. and you guys are my accountability. Let's go. Have a good week. Just finished a quick 15-minute nice light jog. I'm a little breathy because I literally just jumped off the treadmill, hit go. I'm gonna grab some water and then we're gonna hit upper body. And then I'm gonna finish with another 15 minutes on the treadmill. I'm gonna sandwich my cardio today because I wanted a warm up. So I was like, if I do 15 minutes, I'll include it in my overall 30. If I do like 5, I don't include it. But I needed that nice little warm up for today. Get some water and let's get work into this upper body. I love upper body day. Leg day was my favorite when I was pregnant. Now upper body day is like queen to me. All right, so I'm not gonna show you the full workout I'm doing because I did pay for it, but if you want to know information on it, let me know down below. I can send you a link. All right, it's back and chest, so upper body but back and chest. And we're starting out, I'm gonna not show you the starting because it's like cardio moves and I always get kind of self-conscious, but I'll show you more of the lifts here in a minute.
Please let me know what you like more, if you like voiceover or if you like music or a combination of both with workout footage. I personally like when people talk to me throughout their workouts. I don't want a bunch of music. Like, if you're gonna do like a montage, that's fine, but I guess, okay, take it back. I like a combo, but really I like it when people talk to me because I'm a talker. Okay, couple of things. This workout, was listed as like light chest and back. It was not what I was anticipating. I kind of chat with you here in a little bit. Right here we're doing deadlifts, but it was with a dumbbell instead of a barbell. I've been doing barbell deadlifts for like forever. So same movement, not for your glutes. It's more for like your back. You are going to have a little bit of glutes, a little bit of quads, just with that movement. Still is a back movement. But again, when I was thinking light chest and back, I was not thinking we were going to doing like 300 burpees, 300 thrusters. One of the sets here coming up had, I think, 90 push-ups in it, 60 push-ups. So like I was not anticipating what was about to happen. I will be shredded at the end of these workouts, I'll tell you that. A couple of things I want to also just kind of talk about here is I still modify moves based on how I feel on every given day. I talk about this later on that I actually end up taking some of the burpee sets out, and then for like mountain climbers, I actually just do them as like knee raises like you just saw. I don't do them quick movements. And then depending on the day of how my core feels, I'll either do push-ups on my knees or on my toes. So knowing that this specific circuit had 60 push-ups in it, I was like, I'm not going to do those on my toes. It's going to weaken my core. So my core is really, really strong for being 10 months postpartum. I've taken care of my deep core. I've taken care of my pelvic floor, but I still have days when it feels weak. And if you've had a baby before and you work out, you might know what I mean. But like when I do pull-ups some days, my pull-ups don't feel as strong because my core feels weak. And I think it has a lot to do with how much I use it throughout the week. Like if it's tired, then it feels more weak, if that makes sense, or if it's rested, etc., etc. It is phenomenal. I'm so happy with my core strength, especially after having a baby. Everybody has some level of ab separation when you have a baby. It's just really normal because the way your uterus moves up, the way the baby grows, etc., everything is shifting around. But it just kind of depends if you have diastasis recti or not. I personally don't have it, thankfully. But again, working back your core, I have been told many, many times is that if you grew a baby for 9 or 10 months, it's going to take 9 or 10 months plus to rehab your core. So I just kind of do make modifications as needed on any given day. So I will say there's a couple things in here that I noticed that I have a little bit of core drop when I'm doing burpees. I'm just not holding my core as tightly as I'd like. When I was doing renegade rows, I felt like I was twisting a little bit more, just again, like not keeping my core super straight. So those are just things I want to work on. And one of the things I like is that when I film myself, I can see these things, and that I can be like, okay, like this is where I need to tweak things, etc., etc. So this was a really tough workout. It was about 45 minutes. I did get one interruption because my grocery delivery did come, but it was 45 minutes. It was a great workout. I was sweating buckets at the end, and now I'm going to check in with you and give you some real-time updates.
Just quickly got in a mile, a quick one too. I'm really proud of that time. And I'm gonna just cool to walk to cool down. Okay, this is where my brain is. I just did so many burpees with that workout. I actually substituted 2 sets of thrusters for 2 sets of burpees because sometimes my core just doesn't feel like it's there. If you've had a baby, you may know what I mean. Sometimes it feels really strong, and then throughout the workout it feels like it gets weak because it's tired. So instead of pushing myself through the extra 2 sets of burpees, which I think there was 9 sets of burpees because there's 7 circuits and each circuit has 3 exercises and you repeat each one 3 times. So I'm pretty sure there was 9 sets. I finished all my water during my workout, which I never do. I never drink any water during a workout, but there was a lot of cardio with this. It was more upper body. It's a light chest and back. There was shoulders, there was arms. It was basically just upper body. So many burpees, lots of thrusters, lots of push-ups. One of the circuits had 60 push-ups. So I was like, all right, I am feeling it. So I kind of wish I would have done all the cardio at the beginning and then looked at the workout, because doing 15 minutes at the end, I was like, I'm kind of done, like mentally. And that's a lot for me to say, but when there's a lot of plyo involved, I'm just not quite there yet. So I like this program, the fact that like I am doing more plyo. I will get there. By the end of it, it'll be easy peasy. So like I said, did a quick mile, 8 minutes, 11 seconds, which is my fastest mile postpartum. And I'm just gonna walk the rest of that time out up to the 15-minute mark to get in my cardio. See you tomorrow. Baby is down for a nap, and I thought I would share with you my really quick lunch that I have been loving lately. So the reason I'm not going to share with you all of my food is because I'm actually doing a 4-week challenge. Not exactly what I plan to do. I'll chat with that throughout the week. If you watched my last video that was fitness minded, I talked about stopping doing 12-3-30 because I was going to do something else. I was going to do a high rocks race. If you don't know what high rocks is, it's kind of like CrossFit, but it's different. It was like born in the UK. I don't know all the details on it, but I was going to do a high rocks race. I was going to train for high rocks. That has since gone away, just because things have changed. So I wanted something challenging. So I signed up for like a 30-day challenge. I have my workout plan, I have my macros, which I have not counted macros or calories. Calories I have not counted since before I was pregnant. Macros I don't think I've tracked since, like, I think I dabbled in it a little bit in 2022, but really I have not counted macros since like 2015, 2016, when I stopped competing. If you didn't know, I used to compete in figure and bikini way back in the day. I feel like no one on the internet really knows that because I didn't really share that because the internet wasn't as popular back then. So I have a really great knowledge of macros. I don't think it's necessary. I think you can just count calories if you really want to get like aggressive into a cut and just do calories and protein. So you're hitting your protein every day, but I am specifically counting macros because it came with this challenge. So I am not sharing all of my food because that's just like personal to me. And I really hate to say this, but I feel like everybody needs this disclaimer. Like I mentioned in my workout, I paid for this program, so I don't want to share all of it, but if you want to link to it, let me know. Same with macros, like I paid for that, that's for me, but also there are people out there that are like, hey, I'm about her height, I'm about her weight, like I want to look like her. We're all different. We could all literally be the same height, the same weight, but we're all still so different with our daily activities, with how we burn calories, with the amount of muscle we have on our body. All of those things really you have to take into account. So even though macros can be more generalized, they are mine and they are for me. So I'm not gonna share everything I eat because I don't want you to copy it and then be like, I didn't get the same results, or this impacted me, you know, in a different way, yada, yada, yada. There's a million different things I could say about that, but that's why I'm not sharing all of my food for the week. Okay, so let me share with you all of that to say, let me share with you this quick lunch because I've been loving it, and you guys can make this one at home and just kind of add what you want to it because it's delicious. And yes, it is oatmeal because oatmeal is like my favorite lunch recently. If you haven't watched a lot of my meal prep videos, I've been doing a lot of overnight oats, and this is my next option because I've been just way too busy to make overnight oats. I know that's a lame excuse, but let me show you what I'm making. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is open my Macros Plus, which is where I track my macros. I really like this app if you've never used it before. And then open up my dinner and then see what I have planned. All right, got a bowl. Protein. I always use Rule 1 Whey Blend. It comes in a million different flavors. I always link this in my videos. I have the birthday cake this time. I always rotate between vanilla, birthday cake, mint chocolate, and salted caramel. Those are my 4 favorites, but got the birthday cake because I want something different for summer. 2 packets of quick instant oats. This happens to be the maple, what is it? Maple brown sugar flavor. So good. I'm gonna cover this with water, pop it in the microwave for 1.5 minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay, they're all cooked up. See, they're perfect. And then I'm gonna add, surprise, surprise, a scoop of protein to the top. Did I already say I have a protein shake after my workout? If you've been around my channel for a while, you already know that, but I always have a protein shake post-workout. Stir this up. Sometimes I have to add a little bit of water to kind of get it going, but this looks perfect. Just like, try not to drop it out. I like my oats thick and not too runny and watery. I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator. That's why I have a lid. I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator. Nice, thick, so good oats. I really like the maple brown sugar with vanilla, so I feel like the birthday cake is basically like vanilla on steroids. When this comes out, I'm gonna pop 2 tablespoons of this nut butter on top, and that's gonna be my lunch. Super easy, so that way if I don't wanna make overnight oats, this literally takes 1.5 minutes in the microwave, and then I can just sit it in the fridge and literally let it cool for like 15-20 minutes. So there's my lunch. Hopefully this gives you a good idea. You can add a banana to the top, fruit to the top, chocolate chips, literally anything to this. I'm just eating it like this because I do have a big, huge smoothie planned for later in the day. And so I want to leave my fruit for that because it's gonna taste extra good.
Let's go. It's 4:15 a.m., a little later than I would have liked, but it is just a cardio day, and I decided to go ahead and just stay home, so I kind of buy myself some time when I don't have to go to the gym, just because of that little like transition of driving there, driving back, etc. Just have to walk down to my garage, getting some pre-workout in. This is my favorite cardio-only pre-workout, but you can only get it at brick and mortar stores. You cannot find it online, so I can't link it for you, but I've been using it on and off since 2015. It's fantastic. Actually, might have been late 2015, early 2016. This day was technically only a 20-minute HIIT session, but I wanted to warm up. So I ended up being like, you know what, I'm just going to warm up for a few minutes for the jog because I don't like obviously getting straight out of bed and then doing HIIT cardio. Like, absolutely not. You need to warm up. Okay, so I warmed up and I was like, I'm just going to run for a few minutes. Ended up running for 2 miles. I felt so good, but that pre-workout always does that to me. And then the workout I did for HIIT, there was a workout in the program that I'm using. I decided to go ahead and just find my own, and there's one by Glow with Joe. You can literally type in Glow with Joe treadmill HIIT, and this one will come up. It has like 8 million views, I think. It is such a good cardio workout. It is such a burner. I end up doing that. It's 20 minutes. It's a quick little warm up. You do sprints, I think 30-second sprints with 90-second rest. I think you do 8 of them. It is fantastic. Such a good workout. End up doing 50 minutes in total with a couple minutes of walking.
Hello, not working out today. Taking a rest day, rest day. Now, a rest day does not mean that I am just laying on my bed and resting. Far from it. I have been up since 5:30 this morning, been to work, ran to Target, did a bunch of errands, literally doing the dishes, laundry, etc., doing a ton of things, going back to work. So for me, rest day just means being active as I am in my normal life, but not working out. So cheers to rest day. I feel like it came at the perfect time, midweek. See you tomorrow for leg day. Today is leg day, and it is another circuit style workout. All these workouts are circuit style, so I think there's 6 circuits, 3 exercises per circuit. I'm just gonna film a few things, just because, again, like, I feel like nobody wants to see all of it. I mean, maybe you do, I don't know. But then I can also really get into my workout and focus, versus like moving the camera around all the time. But I do like sharing bits and bobs. So let's get into it. The first couple sets are like warm-up sets. I will also say there's an ab exercise in the first circuit, and then the last circuit is all abs, and I really like that. So let's go. Gonna get some music on, and I'm gonna use my earphones. So let's do that. I'm on a Justin Bieber kick recently, so is what it is. Also, my camera battery is going to die, so catch you in a minute.
Well, let me just start by saying I love not looking at the workout, so that way I have no idea what's coming. But also, now that I have done all of these workouts, well, except for one, I'll explain here in a little bit, I now know what to expect. Okay, so this started out real casual. Doing goblet squats, doing a set of jump squats, doing some Russian twist, nice little warm up. And then I got blasted. Like I said, each of these are circuits. So this is the first circuit. So we're doing 3 sets of jump squats here. Not too bad. Got that blood in the muscles, feeling good. However, there was 6 circuits in this workout. 5 of them had jump squats in them. So every single circuit I did for legs, minus that last circuit, which was just all core, was jump squats. So I did 15 sets of jump squats, and not just regular jump squats, in and out, weighted, these type of jump squats. I mean, my legs were feeling it. Here I am dancing, you know, having a good time, listening to some Justin Bieber, just listening to some good music, good bops. And then I realized after the second circuit that I was getting blasted. There is no cardio tagged on to the leg days, so there is a little bit more cardio in the leg day, if that makes sense. So I kind of like that, but it does take a little bit longer. This workout took almost I think an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. So I do have to plan for like a little bit longer workout. I try to wrap everything up in an hour, but these circuits do take me a little bit longer. Also, everything takes me a little bit longer when I'm filming or talking to you. So I kind of have to add that time in. But yeah, there I am happy. At the end of the workout, I was sweating buckets. I was feeling great, but man, I did a lot of jump squats. All right, day 5 was arms and abs with a 30-minute cardio built in. So I did 15 in the beginning, just a nice light jog. It was 3:55 a.m. So I do need a little bit to like get my blood flow going, to wake up, to warm up. I have in the past gone straight into like weightlifting as soon as I come downstairs and wake up, and it's a little more difficult. So I've started adding it in at least 5 minutes of cardio, but I find that if I add 15 minutes of cardio, just a nice light run, that's like the sweet spot for me. So I'm going to do that even after this program is over. This workout was great. There wasn't a lot of plyos involved because probably it was arms and abs, and then like the cardio was built in. I really enjoyed this workout. It was a great workout to start in the morning. Started with these like renegade shoulder touches, shoulder taps, and then went right into, I don't know what these are called. I think they were called renegade up downs or something like that. Great burner for your shoulders. Again, I could pick myself apart with my like stance and like my overall structure, but I'm not going to. Like obviously I want my butt to be lower, but it's okay. Then we did skull crushers. With each of these sets, I will say that I will start out with a specific weight, and a lot of times it's too easy for me, so I just go up and wait for the next couple of sets. So if you see something you're like, oh, that looks a little light, yeah, it probably was a little light when I was filming. I start out, like I said, just to kind of warm up the shoulders, the elbows, etc. So I will start with a lighter weight, and then I will move up. So I'm going to be real and honest with you. I intended to do a full week of workouts, all 7 days. This program is 6 days plus one rest day. However, I got caught with some kind of bug. At first, I thought it was allergies, but I am feeling a little bit better. So I have not worked out in a few days. So we did not get the end of this full week of workouts. But I'm just being real and honest with you that like sometimes life happens, and it honestly takes a lot for me personally to not work out. I have had like a 2 day migraine. So that is like an indicator for me. Like if I just have a little cold, just a little congestion, I'll still work out. But whatever I got hit with, it is not just a little cold. You can probably still hear it in the back of my voice a little bit. So I apologize if I sound a little froggy. But it's weird for me to be like, I just started this program, just committed to 30 days, and I already had to take 3 rest days in the first week. So kind of what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the reset button, beep, beep, on a Monday. And I'm going to start the whole 30 days all over again. So this is kind of like a warm-up week, just so that way I'm ready to go. I'm healthy. I'm reset. So if you want, I'm going to actually film another week. Why is it so hard for me to say? Week of workouts. I'm going to do it with a week of food. So here's the little warm-up week. This is Kirsten Allen over on YouTube, by the way. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, the last 2 days I did not film because I have not been feeling well, but I didn't want to like scrap this all together or like copy and paste and like be like, oh, well, this is another week. Life happens, and I'm sure it happens to everybody. And I'm just a real person out here, kind of sharing my journey to hopefully encourage and inspire you in your own home. So that is it for today. Thanks for being here. I'm going to, like I said, film another one of these probably in 2 weeks, but I'm going to do it with a week of food. So stay tuned and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it.